really scary experience with my friend last night, and I wanted to share this story because I feel like it could stop this from happening to someone else. We went out for drinks at a bar that we had never been to before, and my friend was up at the bar buying our second round, and this guy came up to me and asked if I wanted a drink. I was standing a little bit behind my friend, so I was like, thank you so much, but my friend's got me. So we took our drinks and went out and sat on the patio, and this guy and his two friends came and sat right at the table next to us. At this point, we thought nothing of it because you never do, so we just continued on with our night and ended up hitting the dance floor. I've never gotten to dance with this friend before, and we were having the time of our lives until those men showed up on the dance floor. And it wasn't really a big deal because we just told everyone who asked to dance with us that we're gay and we're just trying to dance with each other. But these men were kind of persistent. So by the end of the night, it's just me and my friend dancing together, and the two guys from earlier come up to us and shove beers in our hands. They didn't say, we bought you these drinks. They didn't say, did you want a drink? They just put them in our hands. My friend started drinking hers immediately, and as I put mine up to my lips, a voice dropped in my head and it said, do not drink that. So instead of drinking it, I put it back in his hand and I said, you drink it. He was so stunned, he literally backed away and all he could say was, no. So I pushed it at him again and I said, take a drink. And he said, no, I got it for you. And I was like, I don't want it. Let me see you take a drink. He wouldn't even take the drink from me, so I immediately stopped my friend from drinking, grabbed her by the arm, and I said, we're leaving. As we were leaving the dance floor, he followed us out, and I had to physically push him off of me. Thank God I'm a strong-ass bitch. My friend went from being able to dance with me and talk to me to stumbling around, barely able to form a sentence. It was like that. So we were waiting for our Uber and I felt eyes on me, and so I turned around and I saw the two men standing on the steps staring at us. I made eye contact. I said, those are the two guys. We both turned around and they were gone. We made it home safe last night, but I know there's so many women out there who don't, so please share this with someone that you think needs to hear it. And always, always trust your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, it's because it is not right.
Okay guys, something really crazy happened. So I went to the bar because I had to pee really hard. So I went to the toilet and I saw you have to pay for the toilet. I mean, like in 5 years we will have to show IDs. Anyway, I'm sitting on the stairs looking in my bag for money, and there is a woman that comes to me and I say, hi, I'm looking. And she looked at me and she just said, okay. I look in my bag, but it takes some time to find the money because it's a woman bag. So I look and I already shit once in my pants. I look, I already shit twice in my pants. I look, I don't find the money. I already shit 34 times in my pants. Then I look at her and I'm say, excuse me, I really need to go. Can I give you the money after? I will give it, no problem. And she looked at me and she say, Miss Ma'am, I don't work here. I'm just waiting for you to go to the side of the stairs so I can go outside. And I shut my pants.
I've been playing the guitar for 22 years. I know guitar values and whatnot very well, and I'm very into the guitar market. At my wife's old company, she was hanging out with co-workers one day after work, and she mentioned that I play guitar. A co-worker, who I guess is very popular at work, said that his dad passed away and he was selling his dad's things. His dad had a guitar and asked my wife if I'd be interested in it. My wife texted me and I said to have him send me the info on the guitar and the price. The next day, he texted me the pictures and price. It was a 1952 Telecaster in mint condition. He had the original receipts, which was crazy. That's how I knew the dates. I asked what he wanted for it, and he said he looked up Telecasters online and thinks $4,000 is fair. I texted back, I'll take it for $4,000. And I went to pick it up. The guitar was and is worth approximately $50,000 depending on the buyer, and I knew it. When I got the guitar, I told my wife the price and what it was worth. She was floored. Fast forward 2 weeks, her co-worker tells my wife he just found out what the guitar was actually worth from a family friend and wanted it back. She said, well, he really likes the guitar, and he knew that it was worth $50,000, which is why he was floored you offered it to him for $4,000. He really likes it, and I doubt he will sell it back, but you can ask. Which was probably not the smartest thing for her to say, but she was caught off guard, and it's not her fault or problem. He contacted me and asked me to buy it back. I said that it's not for sale. He then said that I scammed him and he was going to sue me and take my wife to HR for being a part of the scam, which was nuts, but he did actually contact HR. They were cool about it and said that it's not their problem. It's between him and me. Over the next few months, he made things very uncomfortable for my wife at work. He would bug her constantly about it. She eventually had to go to HR for harassment, and they actually let him go. She complained twice, and he was warned and didn't stop. He contacted me several times about it, so I got a restraining order for harassment too. I blocked him too, and I haven't heard from him in about a year. Am I the asshole?
The most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me in my life just happened. This really cute guy just asked me out on a date. And I'm like, OMG, yeah, where? Let's go out tomorrow. And he's like, great, let's go out to this Italian place. I'm not going to say the name. And I go, ew, honestly, I've been there before and their food was absolutely inedible. Like, it was disgusting. I don't even know how that place stays open. Their food is so bad. Can you please pick somewhere else? Anywhere else. And he goes, and I'm like, what? You don't want to go somewhere else? He's like, that's my family's restaurant. Are you kidding me?
Okay, so story time of the time I snuck in 3 guys into my house while my mom was home. And before any of you start commenting some weird stuff, like for some nasty stuff, no, it was not like that. So this was my sophomore year. I was 15, right? And I had started talking to this guy that was on the basketball team. And one night he was like, oh, we have a basketball tournament near your house. And he had been to my house before. I had snuck him in. And the way he had said it was that he could get a ride at that time, like to go to my house that night, but there wasn't going to be anyone to take them in the morning to the tournament. So he was asking if he could sleep over with his 2 friends so that they can go in the morning to the tournament. And during this time, I was going through a stage where I was getting rebellious. So I was like, yeah, of course, like I'll sneak you in, because there was a big ass window in my room, like the size of a door. Like I could slide it open and you walk in. Like that's how big it was. So they ended up coming around like 11 p.m. and at that time my mom was already asleep and she was gonna be going to work the next morning around like 3:30 a.m. So I was like, okay, cool, you know, like come in. So I snuck them in, right? And then I let his 2 friends lay on the floor, and then me and him were on the bed, and I was so fucking nervous that like I couldn't even sleep. Like we were just watching TV, like, which was normal because my mom knew I would stay up. So then they asked me, hey, can we take a shower before the tournament? And I'm like, bitch, like my mom is in the house. I was like, you guys can take a shower after she leaves. She leaves at 3:30. So then it's 3:30 and then I hear my mom get up and leave. So then I take them right to my mom's bathroom, because the bathroom in the hallway was my sister's, but she kept that bathroom so fucking dirty, so I did not want to take them in there. So I take them to her bathroom, and then like first I take one, right? I'm like, okay, like so I leave them there, right? And the guy that I was talking to like came with me to show his friend like where the shower and everything, right? So we're in my mom's room. We're about to walk out of the fucking room, and then I hear some pots in the fucking kitchen, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Because my sister wasn't home. So I leave him in the room, right? And I walk out to the living room, and it's my fucking mom. My mom had came back home. When I tell you, my fucking heart dropped like to my fucking ass. And then she starts walking my way like towards her room, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I forgot to get a towel. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I'll get it for you. And then she was like, no, I'll get it. And literally I just stood there fucking frozen. Like I was so fucking scared. So I'm standing there like frozen, and I hear her going to the room, and I run to my room where there's another guy, right? And he's like, oh, your mom came home. And I'm like we're both freaking out. So I'm literally sitting there on my bed like about to fucking cry, and then I just hear the front door just like close, and like she leaves the fucking driveway, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I run to the room, right? And it's pitch dark and I'm not seeing nobody, and then I say his name and he comes out from under the fucking bed. I don't know how the fuck I did not get caught, or maybe if she knew and she just didn't want to fucking deal with it, but after that I never snuck anybody in.